Hi folks, this is Inamulasan and today I'm going to talk about the hilarious topic which is modern feminism and the woke culture. Well, back in the days, it used to be a serious matter of discussion. Now it's the most funny shit to talk about. All of you must be asking, why is that? Well, see for yourselves.
49 LGBT people were massacred to an anti-gay organization event. So do not try to equate the mistake that was made by her campaign staff. And I agree with Tara.
May I ask you a question?
And wait a minute. No, you can't ask me a question.
Because you can't answer the question.
Oh, you can't ask me a question, honey. I can't answer, so don't even try.
What attracted the father of the Orlando terrorist to your candidate?
He's a mentally ill individual who ran for president.
I get it.
Pardon me?
What attracted him to your candidate? And your answer was he's mentally ill.
His answer stop smiling and smirking like it's a funny thing.
If you ask them any question which any toddler can answer, but they can't, they go round and round and don't land on the point like a fucking bad joke.
Language does have power, so let's use that power to create a more positive and constructive culture.
Peter,
and it's not about some sort of moratorium on individual words, tearing them out of the dictionary. It's about being part of a conversation about the best respectful language, especially in the workplace, where people really have a right to be treated respectfully.
We are unfortunately running out of time, but Peter, I just want to get one final thought from you. Are there words that are used to describe men that offend you?
Not particularly, and if there are some I don't like, I certainly wouldn't want them banned. But it always goes back to that old adage: sticks and stones may break my bones, but there will always be something to offend a feminist.
Peter Lloyd.
That's just obnoxious.
Peter
Sorry,
Lloyd,
you have to give me a chance to respond to that. That is ridiculous.
People in real America, in small town America, weren't buying the bull dust that was coming out of the elites about
the idea of there being a real America.
I'm sorry, I was speaking.
All America is real.
Is it
And
okay
the
if I
question,
speak?
I believe, was to me. All of America is real.
wasn't
If you live in the city or you live in a small town, you're still an American.
This is the reason why Donald Trump won, because people like you lecture and hector people.
There you go. No logic, just some fucked up emotional rant. After watching these dummies, my IQ is getting lower. So let's watch some logical conversation.
This generation, particularly the younger people, don't really like labels, and we're not necessarily joiners or liking to label ourselves, and that's great in its own right. So I don't know about calling yourself a feminist. For me, it's difficult for me to call myself a feminist in the classic sense because it seems to be very anti-male, and it certainly is very pro-abortion in this context, and I'm neither anti-male or pro-abortion. So there's an individual feminism, if you will, that you make your own choices. Mercedes, I look at myself as a product of my choices, not a victim of my circumstances. This presumptive negativity about women and power, I think, is very unfortunate because let's just try to access that and have a conversation about it rather than a confrontation.
You've expressed interest in liking superheroes, and a lot of Hollywood is coming out that the representation is very over-sexualized. What do you think about the portrayal in media?
The male superheroes are overly masculinized, and the women are overly feminized, and I think that's just part of the whole superhero universe, really.
You being at the height of your sport, maybe make $1 million at most per fight. Does that anger you, and what can we do to change that?
If I got to a point where I had almost 50 fights, I would probably be making close to the same amount of money that Floyd does. But at this point, I have 11, so.
Great, now something feels sensible.
Not look like that. It's a clip cells. No hands are shown for that time. You're just a white privileged racist male that doesn't stand for women's rights. And get that camera out of my face, either. Wait.
I call the police. Will, Riley. Hold on a second.
Wait.
We are calling the police, ma'am.
You are white male privileged assholes.
I'm calling the police right now.
What you are is a racist as well. How dare you do this kind of
You're being videotaped. We'll return this to the police.
Go ahead. Go right the head, you sexist, misogynist. That is all you are. You don't give a about women. You don't give a about life. All you are just a bunch of.
Are you calling the police?
Back off,
Are you calling the police?
Back off. Back off. Right now. You don't know what's out here.
All you are just a bunch of misogynist. Take your male privilege somewhere else. No uterus, no right to talk about it. Understand me?
I'm listening to you.
No, I don't get the face now. Your signs deserve to get.
Yo, these fat fucks needs to shut up. She can't even run. If zombie apocalypse happen, these fatties are gonna go first. And of course she works at Burger King. I bet she ate all the burgers. Maybe she's the reason Burger King is going out of business.
How is Donald Trump racist? How is Donald Trump racist?
Never happened. He wants to build it. It's for war. He said that. It's
For our border. For our border.
Oh my God! Ah! You are such a piece of.
The delusion is on another level, like we have never seen before, folks, because that is a fucked up level. These modern feminists have no brain. They can't do rational thinking of their own. And I noticed one more thing. They're all fucking ugly, eh? In previous video, I talked about Bud Light and the drag queen. Well, please check out that video. Well, that issue was just limited to one drink. It wasn't that big of a deal. Like, it wasn't any of those national security matters. What you're going to see now is, in my opinion, it is a national security matter, folks.
I receive attention just for being myself on a daily because being queer, being non-binary, someone such as myself on a regular gets stared at and
I'm at the top of my game. I'm right up there with the big dogs. Girls, come on. Leave the saving of the world to the men.
Drag queens are taking over, folks. If your safety depends on the Army, Navy, Air Force, or Hulk Hogan, you're gonna send the drag queens to the front line. What they're gonna do, huh? Fucking dance in front of the enemy? Well, you have to watch the second part of this video so you can rest properly at night. Because believe you me, you won't be able to rest without the closure. So find some answers in next part of video. And there is the video. Go check it out. Adios.